The agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources, or AANR sector, are foreseen as major growth drivers to boost the Philippine economy. That is why funding for research and development in the AANR sector has steadily increased, paving the way to generate more inventions and innovations to boost productivity in the country's agri-aqua enterprises and industries. Unfortunately, these new technologies have not been fully transferred, utilized, and commercialized by their intended users. Filipinos, particularly farmers, fisher folks, and potential investors are largely unaware of these breakthroughs that could result to sustainable and inclusive development in the country. Strengthening partnership with the private sector as well as intellectual property protection and better coordination among concerned and allied agencies are also considered as important factors in achieving exponential growth in the AANR sector. With this, the Department of Science and Technology, through the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, established the DOSTP Card Innovation and Technology Center, or DPITC. DPITC serves as a platform for technology transfer and commercialization. It is a one-stop shop convergence hub for investors and technology users in the AANR sector in the Philippines. Strategically located in the Los Baños Special Science and Nature City in Laguna, DPITC serves as a link for different stakeholders from the academe, private sector, NGOs, and international partner institutions to strengthen and forge new public-private partnerships for technology commercialization. DPITC's main thrust is to enhance the transfer and commercialization of AANR technologies. It has 4 service hubs. The Technology Business and Partnership Hub provides networking, strategic partnership, and technology business services. The Knowledge Management Hub houses the Internet Cafe and digital library services. The Science and Technology Promotion Hub showcases the technologies and innovations generated by R&D projects in the AANR sector. The Innovation Services Hub serves as a venue for capacity building initiatives, trainings, meetings, and conferences. With its state-of-the-art facilities and capable experts pool, DPITC takes the lead in ensuring that Picard's technology portfolio will be properly evaluated, protected, and made available, thus enhancing the livelihood and business opportunities in the AANR sector for a more competitive, sustainable, and inclusive Philippine economy. Here at DPITC, we determine and assess the commercial potential of technologies for the AANR sector. We protect intellectual properties of R&D technologies. We increase client awareness through our knowledge management system, e-library, and strategic communication. We transfer technologies from market study to business plan to valuation and market matching, even providing transfer incentives. DPITC will be of assistance and support to various stakeholders in the AANR sector. And we capacitate stakeholders by conducting training and strengthening partnerships with different institutions, both in the public and private sectors, as well as international organizations. This is what we do in DPITC. We develop, we protect, we inform, we transfer, we facilitate commercialization. DPITC, bridging inventions to innovations.
When the only notion constant is change, when information is obtainable with a single click of the mouse, or a tap of a screen, humans seem to be at the center of it all, making them in sync with the changes, in constant motion. This is not limited to those living in cities whose hands seldom part with their gadgets. In rural areas, the innovations and discoveries in technologies are used to ease lives and bridge gaps in knowledge, skills, and practices. With the new knowledge and information being created, reproduced, and shared at a rapid pace, people constantly need to retool themselves to keep up with continuously changing work requirements. In today's digital age, people need to learn how to learn and learn anywhere and anytime. The University of the Philippines Open University, the fifth constituent unit of the University of the Philippines system, provides opportunities for people to pursue further studies through open and distance e-learning. In February 23, 1995, the University of the Philippines Open University was established. It is mandated to provide Filipinos all over the world wider access to quality higher education through open and distance e-learning, or ODEL. UPOU now offers various degree programs to learners located in more than 70 countries all over the world. These programs are under the Faculty of Education, the Faculty of Information and Communication Studies, and the Faculty of Management and Development Studies. UPOU also offers continuing education courses and massive open and distance e-learning courses. UPOU uses various information and communication technologies, computer programs and applications to deliver instructional content and connect teachers and learners all over the world. Now more than ever, UPOU continues to transcend borders and break barriers through constant generation of knowledge and open exchange of ideas. It persistently tries new mechanisms to reach a larger number of learners. It perseveres in mentoring learners who shall be change agents, equipped to participate in the co-creation of knowledge for the benefit of Filipino communities everywhere. True to its mission, UPOU shall continue to reinvent itself to provide 21st century education in an increasingly open world.
Welcome to Manila 2121, where skyscrapers are 3D printed by drones. We have air jeepneys, jetpacks, hypertrains, and automated hover cars. And our car travels 5,000 kilometers per hour.
I want our car pink with stickers. I want a donut. A flying donut.
Okay, so our donut, our car, lands on our sky parking. My avatar is a super soldier.
I'm a magical unicorn. I'm a donut.
Kids. Our home can transform. It's all beautiful.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Can it be pink too? With stickers? I want a donut. Here, over there.
They can build a better tomorrow with our fastest fiber yet. Now up to 10,000 Mbps. The future. It's in our fiber.
The 16th Knowledge Exchange Conference is brought to you by the Philippine Community eCenter Network Incorporated, or PhilSecNet, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development of the DOST, University of the Philippines, Open University, PLDT, Working from Home, Discovering from Home, Quezon Power Limited, and San Buenaventura Power Limited. Special thanks to our partners and donors. The Asian Institute of Journalism and Communication, Knowledge of Negros Occidental Provincial Government, Mauban E-Learningville of LGU Mauban, Quezon, Tayabas Community eCenter of LGU Tayabas City, Quezon, Mlang Tech4ED Center of LGU Mlang, Cotabato, San Fabian Tech4ED Center of LGU San Fabian, Pangasinan, Villanueva Tech4ED Center of LGU Villanueva, Misamis Oriental, San Remigio Tech4ED Center of LGU San Remigio, Cebu, Siayan Tech4ED Center of LGU Cheyenne, Zamboanga del Norte, Ideal Prime, and Jason Redoblado. This amazing individual has 11 years of experience in business process outsourcing for IT service management. He is also Microsoft Certified Professional and ITIL V3 Foundation Certified. Moreover, He is an IT project management consultant and a KEC16 conference chair. Ladies and gentlemen, the Management Information Systems Division Director of DOST Picard, our MC for today, Director Richard E. Amansek.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao! Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Naimbag nga malim, marhay na hapon, maayong hapon, buenas tardes. Welcome to the 16th Knowledge Exchange Conference. Today is November 26, 2021 in the Philippines and the last day of the 2 half-days conference. We are broadcasting this live on PhilSecNet YouTube channel and the UPOU FICS and UPOU Network's Facebook pages. Day 1 of our conference was a blast. We got the chance to hear the keynote speech of USEC Manica in TIC. Professor Alejo delivered Dr. Hiron's SDG 2030 and its impact on ICT and education objectives and programs in the Southeast Asian regions. We also learned about the role of eCenters in the national vaccination program of the country through a panel discussion led by DICT Regional Director Rick Amores. And to the first batch of raffle winners, congratulations! We still have 8 more raffle winners to go. So stay with us until the program ends. Raffle entries come from participants who registered online. So if you have not registered yet, you may register now. Our team is posting the registration link on the comments box now. We'd love to engage with us throughout the conference. After each topic, we will be taking some time to entertain questions from the audience. So type them in and put them on the comments box or the chat box, and our team will try to pick them up as soon as they can so that we could all have a more meaningful discussion with our speakers in the question and answer portion. For today, we wanted to know the different online learning resources for eCenter end users. And to lead us on this topic, allow me to introduce you our moderator.
Our moderator for today, graduated Doctor of Philosophy, major in Development Management at the University of Negros Occidental, Recoletos, Bacolod City in March 2013. She is also an accredited assessor of the Philippine Quality Awards, Knowledge C School Administrator, and Tech4ED Center Manager. The innovative Dr. Maria Cristina B. Orbecido.
Thank you, Doc Richard, for that pleasant introduction. Good afternoon, magandang hapon to everyone joining us all over the Philippines. I bet you're all excited to be part of this plenary session. Well, for this segment, we will focus on online learning resources for eCenter end users. And I know all Tech4ED Center managers are excited to learn about these new online learning platforms. We have invited 3 resource speakers who will share their knowledge and expertise about these new learning platforms. So, without much ado, let us get to know our first resource speaker.
Our next speaker is the Chief Science Research Specialist of the Applied Communication Division of DOST Picard, the Senior Editor and Technical Writer, the Chairperson of the Information Committee, Los Baños Science Community Foundation, Incorporated. She's also a member of DOST's R&D Communication Team and Media Corps, Philippine Agricultural Journalists Incorporated, and Association of Development Communication Educators and Practitioners of the Philippines. She is the KM Focal Person of Asia Pacific Association of Agricultural Research Institution. She's very proficient in agricultural research management and a graduate in Agriculture of Bachelor of Science and Development Communications. A round of applause, please, to Director Marita A. Carlos.
Okay, good afternoon all over the country, all over the Philippines. Thank you very much for that very good introduction. And yeah, good afternoon to all. So first of all, I will be discussing about the DOST card e-library, which is the Teknolohiya Kaalaman platform of the Galing Picard program. Now, first of all, I would like to give you a glimpse of history of our library to appreciate what the DOST card e-library is now. Next slide, please. Okay, second slide. Okay, so that's a bit of a history of the DOST card e-library, which went through from the PCAR back in 1972. So Picard is turning golden next year. It started in 1972 as the Philippine Council for Agricultural Research, or the PCAR, with one A, one R, and a D. Since then, it underwent several phases of development until it became the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development. So that's what it is now. Since June 22, 2011, it's PCAARRD. Next slide, please. So early 80s, that was when I joined Picard. The Picard with one A, two R's, and a D. To keep pace of the growing knowledge resources that were being generated and to facilitate storage, dissemination, and retrieval, Picard developed the following: the Scientific Literature Services, or SLS, the Print Media Services, and the Management Information Services. Next slide, please. The Scientific Literature Service, or SLS, was the current awareness program of Picard. It was a facility which provided information needs of various types of clients in the National Agriculture and Resources R&D network by providing information on research findings from an extensive collection of scientific literature to the libraries in the network. Next slide, please. Okay, the Picard Library at the main building was operated by the SLS. It served as a central repository of agricultural research information generated by the National Research System. It houses a collection of publications produced by the print media, and it regularly furnishes the network with its latest publications. Next slide, please. So foremost among the functions of the Applied Communication Division is the production of printed media, or IEC materials, which established Picard's status as a publisher of several publication lines, such as the Philippines Recommend Series, the Picard Farm News, Research Highlights, the Monitor, Information Bulletins, and many others. Next slide, please. About a decade ago, all of Picard's publications have been produced both in print and electronic formats. But it was in 2017 when Picard, through the DOST Science and Technology Information Institute, had customized the library management system into the Scientific Library Integrated Management System, or SLIMS, for the Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources, or AA&R sector. Next slide, please. So about a year and a half, Picard introduced and deployed the SLIMS to the 15 regional R&D consortia's base agency libraries. Next slide. Now, recognizing the attendant problems brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic back last year, Picard launched the Galing Picard Contra COVID-19 program, with teknolohiya kaalaman para sa pamayanan as one of the components. Teknolohiya kaalaman supported the other components by providing information needs of our kababayans who were locked down. We also supported the government's Plant program by partnering with the Bureau of Plant Industry in their vegetable seed distribution drive. And since then, the e-library has been serving as the knowledge management tool that aims to share Picard-generated knowledge products, resources that are vital to the agenda of poverty alleviation and food security. It intends to serve every Filipino, especially now that library visits and learning events are restricted. So shown on your screen are the publication lines that we have currently. We have corporate publications, as I've said before, the Picard Monitor and the rest of the lines. Next slide, please. As of November 22, this year, the e-library carries more than 8,000 resources broken down into books, technical reports, thesis and dissertations, serials, vertical files, and non-prints. Next slide, please. The Picard e-library, through a project with the Science and Technology Information Institute of DOST, has embarked on an enhancement of the website, which is part of this undertaking, the marketing and promotions of the e-library to increase its user base and reach more beneficiaries. So we engage in social media marketing and email marketing. So here are some of our posts. Shown on your screen is our post at the height of COVID cases in March 2021. And that reached 283,992 and generated 5,159 engagements. Next slide. Now, since students are among the primary users of eLive, this student relatable post was designed for them, which reached 255,124 viewers and generated 3,465 engagements. Next slide, please. Okay, and the pandemic has elicited the inner plantito and plantita in every household. So Picard reintroduced the Picard e-library through this post that reached 180,106 viewers and generated 2,500 engagement. Next slide. Now, while social media marketing targets the general public, email marketing targets the direct users of the platform. So we therefore sent emails to agency stakeholders and partners. Next slide, please. The result of that strategy from January to October this year, the eLive generated 7,661 new sign-ups, almost 16,700 downloads, 3 linkages, and 2 benchmarkings. Linking with the regional consortia-based agency libraries across the country is in the works. We are also looking forward to collaborating with other government agencies to share and develop our contents and services. And shown on your screen are the most downloaded publications from the e-library. Next slide. Okay, so most of them are on vegetable crops. Obviously, there are so many plantitos and plantitas among our clients. There was also about poultry and cattle and some aquatic resource commodities. Next slide, please. As to our plans, the DOST Picard e-library will continue as a knowledge management tool of the new Galing Picard program that will transcend beyond COVID-19 pandemic. Next slide. Okay, SLIMS will be further enhanced for better client experience. A mobile app is being developed as well. And most importantly, our nationwide AA&R content content development is a continuing process, and it's a commitment with our partners in the region or the regional R&D consortia. Also, the new SLIMS interface will be launched in June 2022, so watch out for that. Now, to show you on how you can use our Picard e-library, here's a short video. Okay. Thank you very much. If you are interested, I think on my last slide are the contact numbers or contact emails and details that you can use to reach out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director Marita Carlos, for that very enriching discussion about DOST Picard e-library. Let us give her some virtual thumbs up. Thank you for walking us through the history of Picard and how it transitioned into a knowledge management tool even during the pandemic. Let me just recap some of the highlights of the presentation. The e-library of DOST is a tool to efficiently and promptly address the needs of its clients. 24/7, it's available. So take note of that. And also, it has ventured into social media and email marketing. So right now, I'm inviting all of our participants to chat their questions to Director Carlos. Drop it in our comment sections, and we will entertain all questions during our panel discussion. Okay, so let's move forward to our second speaker.
Now, it is high time for KM4AANR.ph. Our next speaker worked for R&D institutions throughout the years. She is also a KM enthusiast inspired by the lecture of Professor Serafin Talisayon in 2003. Furthermore, she conceptualized KM4AANR with the KM2WG of DOST Picard. The Knowledge Management Unit Head of MISD DOST Picard, the lovely Miss Alexandra Z. Cabrera.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present this KM4AANR project of Picard. We started this in June 2019. We've always recognized that Picard and maybe other institutions, including OU, especially OU, have been doing some form of KM. It may not be formal. I think in OU it's formal because you have Sandy Floor, one of the gurus of KM. But in Picard, it's been there, but it has not been labeled as KM, but we have been doing this since Picard's start in 1972, because that is our mandate to generate knowledge on S&T in the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources as sector, R&D sector. So in 2019, we came up with this project, mainstreaming KM for AANR. So the project has the program has three projects. The first one is enhancing the consortia knowledge network, because Picard has 14 regional consortia partners, 14 because we have 14 regions. So in each region, we have this R&D institutions, SCUs, who serve as our partners in implementing our S&T programs. Then, so we also recognize that our partners in the consortia have some form of knowledge management activities and programs, and as the same as us. So maybe, and we recognize also that they may have a different understanding of KM, a different KM program, and within their organizations, not as partners of Picard, but as universities. So as partners of Picard, our concern is mainly on their R&D activities on AANR. So we wanted to create a common understanding of what we want KM for AANR to be. What resources should be shared, what knowledge should be exchanged. So that first project, which is headed by the Dr. Richard Amansek, would take care of that. Create a common understanding of KM for AANR and capacitate our regional partners on KM, audit their knowledge resources, and then craft a policy encompassing Picard and then partners in order to sustain the effort of KM beyond the project duration. So that's project one. The next project is project two. The project 2 is implemented by Professor Connie Khan of UPLB ICS, and all the inputs, all the knowledge audits that have been generated by project one will be put into a information system that will sort of, if everyone's familiar with Google, right? So this is like, the system serves like an advanced Google search. It's focused on the S&T and R&D generated about the agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources. So it's all in one place to make our partners and the general public to facilitate their search and exchange of knowledge on AANR. And the third project was discussed by Director Marita Carlos, the e-library. That's part of the mainstreaming KM project. I will now show you this video. The first one kasi has no voiceover. So I have explained to you naman what this is about. The part 2 is about the information system. That one has a voiceover. So the information system is available right now at aanr.ph. That's http://aanr.ph. We are doing some modifications to incorporate it into the Picard portal. So that's coming about in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, thank you. So, Anne, please cue in the video. Thank you.
key features of the KM4AANR.ph. Explore connected systems. In the landing page, users can explore connected systems to the portal by clicking the links on the header. Search assets. Using search, users can find relevant output by typing keywords on your topic. The results page will tell you how many assets are relevant. What does your search result tell you? The regional consortium, content type, date, title, brief description, and the author name or institution. You can narrow down results by using the advanced search options. You can also use Filipino terms in your search. We are collating Filipino ANR keywords to train our search engine so you can get search results even if your content is written in English. Customize recommendation. Receive updates by subscribing to our newsletter. Registered users can customize their recommendation. If you are a registered user, go to your profile section, then choose topics of your interest. Subscribers will receive a newsletter once a week. Content management system. This is the admin panel of the system. Site administrators and content managers can manage users and landing page and can contribute ANR assets to the system. They can also manage ANR ontologies on this panel. This helps annotate the data and improve the search experience. Search engine and analytics. The activities of the system and its analytics can be viewed in the dashboard. The dashboard can inform key content management decisions and help monitor and assess the system. Automated data sync from API providers. This enables the system to receive real-time data directly from partner websites through API. The system administrator can adjust the data sync settings.
All right, thank you very much, Miss Alessandra Cabrera, for that lovely presentation. I am really excited to use that application. Let's give Miss Cabrera our virtual thumbs up. Okay, thank you very much. Let's keep it going. In a nutshell, I just want to highlight some points in her discussion about KM4ANR.ph. It is a knowledge portal. It is an online database that is dedicated to agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources, news, updates, and content. And what's good about the system is that it looks like Google search engine. So, and also it has analytics, and the various materials are coming from valid resources. So please type in your questions in our comment section, in our chat box, drop it now, and later we will entertain all your questions during the panel discussion. Okay, let's move forward to our last speaker.
To inspire us today is the Assistant Secretary facilitating the mission delivery of DICT's 3 bureaus in charge of training, industry development, and government digital transformation. He is educated at the University of the Philippines. He has close to 15 years of governance experience, having held positions in housing, finance, environment, justice, and intellectual property sectors. In the private space before joining DICT, he has advised IT startups and enterprises on legal and strategic matters. The Assistant Secretary for Digital Capability and Transformation of DICT. A round of applause, please. Attorney Alvin M. Navarro.
I will present the evolving inclusive digital skills development in the Philippines. Let's start with the Tech4ED, one of the flagship projects of the DICT promoting digital inclusivity. What does Tech4ED stand for? It's technology for education, employment, entrepreneurship, and economic development. And it's a program of the DICT.
It's a potent tool for the empowerment and participation of the unserved and underserved communities in development. Let's take a look at how Tech4ED evolved. In 2004, the Philippine Community eCenter program was implemented under the then Commission on Information and Communications Technology. And what was its purpose? It was to provide access to ICT equipment and connectivity in rural and remote areas. In 2015, the CEC program became the Tech4ED project under this time the DOST ICT Office as a national inclusion initiative of the government. Its purpose was to provide e-government and ICT-enabled services. Fast forward to 2020, the Tech4ED project became part of the ICT Literacy and Competency Development Bureau, and its purpose is to expand the services provided by the centers, underlining the thrust of improving the ICT skills of Filipinos to become competitive in the new digital economy. What are the Tech4ED milestones? As you can see, under the Tech4ED, webinars, virtual conferences, and training for center managers were conducted. We also conducted Tech4ED centers for persons deprived of liberty. And we also rolled out mobile Tech4ED centers for better reach. The numbers are here. We have established 4,805 centers, starting from the commencement of the program. And almost more than 150,000 have been registered users in the Tech4ED platform. It has covered 100% of all of the provinces, 93% of the cities, and 79% of the municipalities. Tech4ED continues to evolve. The DICT-owned Tech4ED centers have been identified to be upgraded into digital transformation centers by 2022, or DTC. In a while, we will elaborate what DTCs are. And we are looking at establishing DTCs in Valenzuela, Baguio, Dao, Pampanga, Puerto Princesa, Iloilo, Cebu City, Zamboanga City, Bukidnon, and Davao City. Let's describe what DTCs are. First, it is an initiative being fostered by the International Telecommunications Union and its technical partners, one of which is Cisco. It was launched in September 2019. And the Philippines, fortunately, is one of the pilot countries for phase 1 of the initiative. Phase 2 will start in 2022. What is the purpose of Tech4ED? It is to create a global network of centers where the digital skills of citizens are developed, contributing to the broader goal of building an inclusive digital society and ensuring participation in the digital economy. It seeks to deliver basic, intermediate, and advanced digital skills training to enhance digital literacy and provide users with job-ready skills, improve workplace efficiency, and enhance chances of employability. It also seeks to conduct train-the-trainer programs on digital skills. And lastly, train SMEs in the field of digital technologies, innovation, and entrepreneurship. How do we categorize, or what are the categories of DTCs? These are levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. Level 1 pertains to the digital community centers. They are partner managed centers. Level 2 pertains to Tech4ED Centers, which are DICT owned. They are designed to be centers for digital inclusion and participation. Level 3 are centers of ICT leadership. And level 4 are innovation hubs. Now, what are the plans with respect to the DCT centers? For level 1, we intend to roll out DTCs for FY 2023. Its basic components are training room, and its area is 20 square meters. For level 2, of course, there's training room. The area is much bigger, about 50 square meters. For level 3, there's a training room, there's conference room, and there's co-working space. And its area is in the maximum range of 150 SQM. The level 4 consists of 3 training rooms, which will have computer labs, multimedia room, conference room, and co-working spaces. It will have an area of at least 250 square meters. Now, while we are upgrading the Tech4ED centers, the Tech4ED platforms are also available. It provides access or allows people from various communities who have no access to device and or have no connectivity to access learning materials classified in 8 segments. The segments are here, ranging from educational skills, agri, health, even gender and development. An important complementary project of the Tech4ED centers and the DTCs are the pivot of the DICT to the massive open online courses. It is a move away from the traditional face-to-face classes. Whereas before, a particular course offering can reach, for example, per session, a maximum of 30 persons. For the MOOCs, following the models, for example, of Coursera, the number of participants can reach up to many thousands, even simultaneously. So we're going to have courses for ICT professionals in the public and private sectors, more advanced courses, adapting the framework of SOFIA. What we call MOOCs 1 will feature level 7 courses. We have courses for ICT professionals, both in public and the private sectors. This time it's level 1 to 6, still adapting the SOFIA framework. We call it MOOCs 2. We are going to have localized content for digital jobs. These are the courses to support our freelance workers who are ICT based. We call it MOOCs 3. And finally, there will be training for cyber safe learning, which we call MOOCs 4. Considering that with the acceleration of trends in digitalization, cyber risks also abound. Now, our present offerings using the learning management system is our Python programming courses. We offer that to government employees and the general public. There have been 18,000 learners since October 22 this year. There are also 6 basic training courses ranging from cybersec, data privacy, web frameworks, to internet media and information literacy. Now, the learning management system is another important component of the package being offered by the DICT. We have subdomains for different projects. The EBPLS, this is the Electronic Business Permitting and Licensing System to support the digitization of the LGU business registration system. We have the subdomain for the STEM courses to support our K-12. And finally, another domain is for the cyber safe learning to educate the public with regard to cyber safety. We also have, under the learning management system, partnership with HEIs or LMS. Right now, we have partnered with the Bataan Peninsula State University, the North Bukidnon State College, the North Luzon Philippine State College, IBA, College of Mindanao, and Baliwag Polytechnic College. And the list is growing. My presentation ends here. Maraming salamat po.
All right, thank you very much, ASEC Alvin Navarro from DICT, our Assistant Secretary for Digital Capability and Transformation. Let's give ASEC Navarro our virtual reactions, please. Thank you very much. That was indeed an interesting discussion about updates on Tech4ED Centers and the upgrading into digital transformation centers. And at this point, let us go into a deep dive on the discussions of our resource speakers. So may I again invite our lovely resource speakers to join me on screen, please. ASEC Alvin Navarro, Ms. Alexandra Cabrera, and Director Marita Carlos for our open forum or panel discussion. Okay. All right, so we have a few questions coming in. All right, so can I ask our technical team to let Ms. Alex join us on screen, and also our Assistant Secretary for the ICT. Okay, there you go. So our first question goes to Director Marita. You've mentioned that you have been developing a mobile application for e-library. For far-flung areas with low signal, low internet connection, how would you make this more accessible for them? Will it be available offline so that if ever they need to download the content, they can, even without internet access?
Thank you for that question. Well, unfortunately, the connectivity is very, very important as our e-library is only available for online users. Mm-hmm. Now, for those in the far-flung area and would like to access offline, at DOST, we have the Starbooks. I think that's the one that they can resort to. So, hopefully, we will have a better connectivity all throughout the country, because even in our places, sometimes connection is a challenge.
Yes, it is really an issue.
Yes.
And we hope that soon we'll have a very good connection in the future. All right. So thank you for that answer, Director. I just want to make a follow-up. Are you going to embed this system into the Tech4ED centers? Not only the e-library, but as well as the KM4 ANRPH?
I think Director Richard, can you help me on this? I'm not familiar with the Tech4ED, but I think we can make some arrangements, you know, as part of the knowledge management. You know, we are in the KM era, so I think we have to be connected with each other. We are actually welcome linkage and partnership. In fact, we are linked to the consortia because PICARD is in Los Baños and we are a national agency. So in order to reach further, we are working closely with our regional R&D consortia, which are based in the major SOCs in every region of the country.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Richard, you want to add something on that question?
Right, that's actually the next phase after what Director Marita Carlos said and what Ms. Alexandra Cabrera has presented. That will be our next step.
Yes, that's a very good news to all our Tech4ED centers, because that would also scale up the reach of your application. You know, there's a lot of users in our centers that's doing a lot of research, so that would really help our clients in our centers. Okay, so let's move on to our next question. How can Tech4ED centers transition to DTC centers, and how did DICT selected the pilot centers to upgrade them as DTCs? This question is for ASEC Alvin. Doc Richard, is ASEC Alvin around, or?
I believe ASEC Alvin is unable to join us for the panel discussion. So maybe we could see if we can answer it for the audience who asked the question. Okay.
So do we have any reps from the ICT? Okay. So, and there's another question, a follow-through. Aside from the transition to DTC, how did the selection process went on? So these questions are coming from our Tech4ED Center staff and employees. Okay, so since we don't have any reps from the ICT, let's move on again to another question. Okay, for Tech4ED, the Philippines still has the lowest connection speed among other countries. There may be problems with unequal access to internet for everybody. Could this project address the challenge? Doc Richard, do we have anyone from the ICT who can say something about this?
Sadly, we do not have a representative right now for this panel discussion. So what we can do, though, is to take note of those questions addressed to the DICT, and then we'll get back to the audience who asked those questions.
All right, so for our secretariat, kindly take note of all the questions so that we can pin all these questions to the ICT. I bet they're all busy right now in their projects, so we're glad that ASEC Navarro was able to send his recorded message or presentation to all of us. Okay, so I bet, do we still have some questions? Okay, so my last question to our two panelists is, what are the things that you wanted to emphasize in trying to come up with this knowledge hub, like the KM4ANR.ph and the e-library?
Okay, since we are a source of information and knowledge, our goal is to reach more people. So that's why we are not relying on just the, from our website. We are promoting it in as many ways possible. So aside from social media and also the email marketing, word of mouth is very important also, since we are working with our consortia partners. And of course, we still continue to send our printed publications, but especially during this time, at the time of pandemic, when we partnered with the Bureau of Plant Industry together with their distribution of seeds, the vegetable seeds, what we did was we gave them the printed copies, but of course it will be accessible only to those close to us, maybe within Luzon. So what we did, it was very timely that we launched the e-library. So now anybody can access our resources. So we are continuing to promote it. Hopefully more people will be able to reach us. Now that's the thing, Ma'am Christina, the challenge is connectivity.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What I like about your innovation is that you're really trying to be relevant and timely. The plantitas and the plantitos, it really addresses the current demands of the times during this pandemic. People are so stressed out and they wanted a diversion from, staying at home, being locked down, being quarantined. So I really love the way DOST Picard is trying to come up with these relevant and timely programs. So congratulations, DOST Picard. We have another question, Director Cabrera, sorry. I don't know if you have already tackled this. Who is the target audience of your platforms?
Okay, first, definitely the researchers on the same sector, and on, as I said before, the AANR, Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources. Then we have the students and the general public. So we wanted the researchers there so that they can share what they have done on, I said, the AANR. So this will minimize the duplication of efforts. And also, as researchers, we know we write our paper, we have to do our review of related literature. For students, it's the same for their projects. So
Yes,
this,
I agree.
yeah. And for Picard, it's a form of promotion of what we're doing, because we are a government agency. What we fund, we want to maximize our investment in R&D, in S&T, such that we want the results of our projects to be disseminated and actually sana adopted by as many people as we can. Kasi, yeah, that's definitely to maximize yung investment in research. What we have.
Yeah, I totally agree
Diba?
with what you're saying. Yeah, because research and development is really important for us to move forward and be more competitive, right? And if we don't have these initiatives coming from the OST, coming from the government, then we lose track of our competitors, right? So
yes,
it is really a very bold move for your department to push as a knowledge hub and as a resource material provider for the researchers, the students, the teachers, etc. So thank you very much, DOST, for this initiative. We still have another question. Will MOOC still continue to be a mainstay as for adult teaching and learning, whether or not institutional stamps are given on that certificates? Sorry, but I guess this question is again for DICT. It's really unfortunate that we don't have representatives to answer all your questions, but continue dropping all your questions in our comment section in the chat box so that we'll refer all these questions to the ICT. Okay, so any more questions? I guess there's none, so that's it for this plenary. I hope everyone enjoyed this learning session. Again, thank you to our resource speakers. We are really happy to have you with us this afternoon. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Richard.
Dr. Orbesido for leading the discussion on the different online learning resource for eCenter and users. The same goes to our speakers, Director Marita Carlos, Ms. Alexandra Cabrera, and ASIC Alvin Navarro, who enlightened us with the different platforms that the eCenter end users are free to use. To show our appreciation, please allow me to present these certificates.
These certificates of appreciation are awarded to our resource persons and moderator in recognition of their participation on online learning resources for eCenter end users, live streamed on November 26, 2021 via YouTube and Facebook, given this 26th day of November 2021. Thank you to our speakers. Director Marita A. Carlos, Ms. Alexandra Z. Cabrera, Attorney Alvin M. Navarro. And thank you to our moderator, Dr. Maria Cristina B. Orbesido.
That was a very informative session. And we will pause for a break to rest your eyes and maybe visit the restroom. But do not take too long, as we will be back shortly.
The agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources, or AANR sector, are foreseen as major growth drivers to boost the Philippine economy. That is why funding for research and development in the AANR sector has steadily increased, paving the way to generate more inventions and innovations to boost productivity in the country's agri-aqua enterprises and industries. Unfortunately, these new technologies have not been fully transferred, utilized, and commercialized by their intended users. Filipinos, particularly farmers, fisher folks, and potential investors are largely unaware of these breakthroughs that could result to sustainable and inclusive development in the country. Strengthening partnership with the private sector as well as intellectual property protection and better coordination among concerned and allied agencies are also considered as important factors in achieving exponential growth in the AANR sector. With this, the Department of Science and Technology, through the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, established the DOST Picard Innovation and Technology Center, or DPITC. DPITC serves as a platform for technology transfer and commercialization. It is a one-stop shop convergence hub for investors and technology users in the AANR sector in the Philippines. Strategically located in the Los Baños Special Science and Nature City in Laguna, DPITC serves as a link for different stakeholders from the academe, private sector, NGOs, and international partner institutions to strengthen and forge new public-private partnerships for technology commercialization. DPITC's main thrust is to enhance the transfer and commercialization of AANR technologies. It has 4 service hubs. The Technology Business and Partnership Hub provides networking, strategic partnership, and technology business services. The Knowledge Management Hub houses the Internet Cafe and digital library services. The Science and Technology Promotion Hub showcases the technologies and innovations generated by R&D projects in the AANR sector. The Innovation Services Hub serves as a venue for capacity building initiatives, trainings, meetings, and conferences. With its state-of-the-art facilities and capable experts pool, DPITC takes the lead in ensuring that Picard's technology portfolio will be properly evaluated, protected, and made available, thus enhancing the livelihood and business opportunities in the AA&R sector for a more competitive, sustainable, and inclusive Philippine economy. Here at DPITC, we determine and assess the commercial potential of technologies for the AA&R sector. We protect intellectual properties of R&D technologies. We increase client awareness through our knowledge management system, e-library, and strategic communication. We transfer technologies from market study to business plan, to valuation and market matching, even providing transfer incentives. DPITC will be of assistance and support to various stakeholders in the AA&R sector. And we capacitate stakeholders by conducting training and strengthening partnerships with different institutions, both in the public and private sectors, as well as international organizations. This is what we do in DPITC. We develop, we protect, we inform, we transfer, we facilitate commercialization. DPITC, bridging inventions to innovations.
Welcome to Manila 2121, where skyscrapers are 3D printed by drones. We have air jeepneys, jetpacks, hypertrains, and automated hover cars. And our car travels 5,000 kilometers per hour.
I want our car pink with stickers. I want a donut. A flying donut.
Okay, so our donut, our car, lands on our sky parking. My avatar is a super soldier.
I'm a magical unicorn. I'm a donut.
Our home can transform. It's all beautiful.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Can it be pink too? With stickers? I want a donut. Here, over there.
They can build a better tomorrow with our fastest fiber yet. Now up to 10,000 Mbps. The future. It's in our fiber.
When the only notion constant is change, when information is obtainable with a single click of the mouse or a tap of a screen, humans seem to be at the center of it all, making them in sync with the changes, in constant motion. This is not limited to those living in cities whose hands seldom part with their gadgets. In rural areas, the innovations and discoveries in technologies are used to ease lives and bridge gaps in knowledge, skills, and practices. With the new knowledge and information being created, reproduced, and shared at a rapid pace, people constantly need to retool themselves to keep up with continuously changing work requirements. In today's digital age, people need to learn how to learn and learn anywhere and anytime. The University of the Philippines Open University, the fifth constituent unit of the University of the Philippines system, provides opportunities for people to pursue further studies through open and distance e-learning. In February 23, 1995, the University of the Philippines Open University was established. It is mandated to provide Filipinos all over the world wider access to quality higher education through open and distance e-learning, or ODEL. UPOU now offers various degree programs to learners located in more than 70 countries all over the world. These programs are under the Faculty of Education, the Faculty of Information and Communication Studies, and the Faculty of Management and Development Studies. UPOU also offers continuing education courses and massive open and distance e-learning courses. UPOU uses various information and communication technologies, computer programs and applications to deliver instructional content and connect teachers and learners all over the world. Now more than ever, UPOU continues to transcend borders and break barriers through constant generation of knowledge and open exchange of ideas. It persistently tries new mechanisms to reach a larger number of learners. It perseveres in mentoring learners who shall be change agents, equipped to participate in the co-creation of knowledge for the benefit of Filipino communities everywhere. True to its mission, UPOU shall continue to reinvent itself to provide 21st century education in an increasingly open world.
The 16th Knowledge Exchange Conference is brought to you by the Philippine Community eCenter Network Incorporated, or PhilSec-Net, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development of the DOST, University of the Philippines, Open University, PLDT, Working from Home, Discovering from Home, Quezon Power Limited, and San Buenaventura Power Limited. Special thanks to our partners and donors.
And we're back. We had 80 participants yesterday, and today we actually have more than 80 participants again. So that's actually a total of 160 participants for the entire conference. Nice. You may be wondering if you will get a certificate for participating in this conference. Yes, you guessed right. We will issue a certificate of participation after receiving your evaluation of this conference. The evaluation includes a 10-item quiz and requires 7 correct answers to pass. So you may really have to listen closely to the sessions. Anyway, these are all saved in Facebook and YouTube, so you can always review them if needed. The link to the evaluation will be made available after the closing ceremony later. So for our next segment, we now try to get some insights from various eCenter stakeholders. To lead us in this discussion, I present to you our moderator.
Let us take a closer look at our moderator today. She is a TWG member for the Center's Manager's Handbook. She happens to be the Center Manager for Mauban eLearningville since 2011. Under her leadership, Mauban eLearningville was recognized as a Center of Excellence in its Gender and Development programs. She is a Mauban Municipal Government Department Head, HRMO, and the President of the Pambayang Kolehiyo ng Mauban, Quezon. Mauban eLearningville Center Manager, Professor Conchita Marta Bal B. Merabueno.
Isang magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Medyo nakapag-stretch na naman tayo, so sa palagay ko gising po ang lahat. Okay, here at the 16th Knowledge Exchange Conference, we are sharing our experiences, knowledge, and insights. At this segment, we have invited various stakeholders, just like what Sir Richard said, to share about their experiences and challenges in using the platforms of DICT, Indivas, and VaxCert. And since KEC is knowledge sharing, so the other participants can also share later on. Just let us know who wants to share, and we will put you in later. So let us listen first to what the other speakers are going to share. And please prepare your questions if you will have, and type them in the comment section or at the chat box for the panel discussion later. So to move forward, let us listen to our first speaker, please. Our first speaker is the Honorable Mayor of Sampaloc, Quezon. He is awarded as Model LGU in 2018 by Panata Award. And his municipality was also awarded in 2018 and 2019 with the National Anti-Drug Abuse Council for Performance Award. And their municipality was also awarded with Seal of Child-Friendly Local Governance in 2016, 2017, and 2018. They have a Bronze Award on Prime HRM from the Civil Service Commission in 2019 and 2020. And they have the Seal of Good Local Governance, or SGLG, from DILG in 2019. So, without any further ado, please share the video presentation of Honorable Mayor Noel Angelo T. De Banadera.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat, sa mga kasama po natin sa meeting. I'm very sorry that I could not attend the Zoom meeting, so I had to pre-record kung ano man yung sasabihin natin because of so many activities. Alam naman natin, nagbaba tayo ng mga alert levels. So ngayon, naghahabol tayo ng mga activities, and isa nga ito sa mga nagkaroon ng conflict. But in any way, I'm still happy na I have been invited dito sa Zoom meeting nyo and presentation about DIVAS, how it can benefit sa amin sa munisipyo namin and the implementation of the vaccination. We are, let me describe yung aming munisipyo. We are a 5th class municipality and very remote, actually inland municipality. Not really remote, but hindi kami nadadaanan. So basically, sasadyain kami. But again, napakalaking tulong ng DIVAS dito sa vaccination program ng ating national government. Number one, nang nakita ko talagang pinaka-benefit sa ito is that even though we are 5th class in a remote municipality, inline kami sa mga nangyayari sa Manila. We are, para bang, ano bang tawag dito, yung sabay, para kaming interconnected, para kaming merong synchronicity ng kung ano man na nangyayaring vaccination sa Manila, automatic, hindi kami naiiwanan. So for us, a remote 5th class municipality, this is very important sa national na vaccination program ng ating bansa. Yan yung pinaka-isa sa nakikita ko na talagang benefit sa aming mga 5th class municipality is that kahit ano mangyari, hindi kami naiiwan. And for the longest time, for all the programs, alam naman natin ang sitwasyon natin dito sa ating bansa. Madalas, normal na yan na ang isang remote na bayan na katulad namin ay parating maiiwan sa mga programa na nai-implement sa Maynila. With this DIVAS na ginawa and all the VaxCert na lahat, kahit yung mga kababayan namin na nakabase sa Maynila, wala silang duda at talagang pumipila sila para dito na rin sila magpabakuna. Ang nakakatuwa dito kasi na-unload namin yung pila sa Manila at dito na rin sila pumipila sa amin dahil medyo sa totoo lang medyo mas maluwag sa amin, mas madali, mas mabilis and mas komportable. Without this DIVAS, wala silang confidence yung mga kababayan namin na nasa Manila na lihitimong taga rito sa bayan namin. Wala silang confidence na magpabakuna kasi baka maiwan ang files nila or baka hindi sila ma-recognize na may bakuna na. So, aside from the ID, yung parang vaccination card na binibigay, they can also download the VaxCert anywhere kung nasan sila kahit dito sila nagpabakuna sa bayan namin. sa remote bayan namin dito sa Sampaloc, sa lalawigan ng Quezon. So this is really para bang laking tulong na may uniform and ma-consolidate lahat and magawa na makapag-implement ng vaccination program nationwide. So I guess this can be a pattern sa iba-iba pang mga programa na pwedeng ibaba ng national government, na hindi mo kailangan nasa Manila ka para maging legit ang inyong transaksyon. Kahit nasaan ka, basta meron ganitong connectivity, maaari maging legit ang inyong transaksyon. Isa rin ang advice ko rin sa iba pang mga LGU, push and really push, and also sa mga network companies, yung mga ganyan, and telecommunication companies, to really help yung mga katulad namin mga bayan na maging ma-upgrade yung data connection, fiber optic connection, dahil sa amin sa bayan namin, that is what we pushed for, na magkaroon ng fiber o mapabilis ang internet namin and mapaganda ang data network ng aming bayan. Nung binaba yung DIVAS at binaba yung systems ng DICT, hindi kami nahirapan. Even sa Tech4ED, pagbibigay ng mga information technology, hindi nahirapan ang bayan namin sa pag-implement ng mga ganito mga programa. So natutuwa kami na hand in hand lahat ng national agency and also ng DICT na pag binababa mga programa, because as an LGU, we were ready para sa mga ganitong mga programa. Our facilities, our systems, our interconnectivity was ready nung binaba yung mga programa na to. So that is a luck sa amin, pabor para sa amin, and I urge every local government unit, lalo-lalo na yung mga 5th class, to really push for this, because interconnectivity, lalo na sa national government, is very, very important at napakadali ng mga programa para bang hindi malayo ang Maynila o ang central government, as long as meron tayong mabilis, malakas at matibay na connectivity. We appreciate the DIVAS. It shows us that anything is possible in a short period of time. Any program is possible to implement. Any program can be synchronized dahil dito sa DIVAS and dahil dito sa vaccination program. Thank you very much, and also good luck sa atin sa vaccination program, and hopefully sa mga susunod na programa pa na merong ganito pang pattern, hopefully maibaba sa amin, and we would be willing, very, very willing, yung mga police clearances, NBI, yung mga ganyan ba, kung pwede ba magkaroon kami dito para hindi na aalis yung mga tao and very localized na yung mga nakukuha nilang mga clearances. I think the DIVAS is a very good platform na meron kami mapagsimulan and sample na it can really work. Sa lahat po ng mga kasama naming ahensya na tumulong-tulong para magawa ito, we are very grateful. For the first time in so many years, a 5th class municipality like ours, nagkaroon kami ng opportunity na talagang maramdaman namin na hindi kami 5th class. Na kahit ganito kami, malayo, 5th class, dirt poor sa vocabulary ng gobyerno, nararamdaman namin na hindi kami mahirap, na kayang-kaya namin sumabay sa mga programa na binabato ng national government. And hopefully, I can see you all face-to-face sa mga darating na mga panahon. Muli, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat, and congratulations sa everybody na kasama sa programa na ito. Maraming salamat po.
Much, Mayor Jello. So, narinig natin from Mayor Jello, he emphasized on the equality of access and services provided by the ICT. It is worth taking also that a first-class municipality or a city gets the same ICT tools with a 5th class municipality like Sampaloc, Quezon, no? Yung inclusion na walang mahirap, walang mayaman, walang layo, walang malapit, at kasabay sila sa pag-unlad ng ating vaccination program. Thank you so much again, Mayor Jello. So let us hear from another speaker.
one of our panelists for today is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, cum laude, Master in Information Technology, magna cum laude. He is the IT Officer 3 of the Municipal Government of Carmona, Cavite from 2002 until the present. He is the overall Center Manager of all Tech4ED Centers in Carmona, Cavite. And here are Carmona Tech4ED Center Awards. 2015 Digibayani Awardee for Digital Inclusion, 2nd place. 2018 People's Choice Awardee for National Tech4ED Awards. 2018 Center of Excellence Awardee. 2018 National Tech4ED Awardee, Outstanding Tech4ED Center. 2019 QPL ICT Innovations Awardee. And 2019 Region 4A Center of Excellence Awardee. A round of applause to Mr. Angelos G. Maca.
Hello, good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. I would like to present to you the initiatives that we have done here in Carmona aside from the DVAS and also BACCERT. 5 slides lang po to, medyo mabilis po ang aking presentation. Carmona, noon pong pumutok ang COVID, nagkaroon po tayo ng challenges about sa contact tracing. Hindi natin malaman kung paano ite-trace yung mga contacts, close contacts ng ating mga nagkaroon ng COVID. So what we did in Carmona is we developed and implemented this Carmona Digital Contact Tracer. Available po siya sa Android and also sa iPhone. And meron po siyang 132,176 registered users. Halos lahat po ng taga-Carmona ay nakaregister and also lahat po ng nagtatrabaho po dito. It was a challenge for us, but of course, kung seryoso pong implementation ay nagawa naman po natin and nakatulong po ito ng malaki sa contact tracers and also sa ating health sector. So yan po yung digital contact tracer. Another is, nagkaroon din po ng challenge. Hindi po alam ng mga taga-Carmona kung saan yung mga anong location yung nagkakaroon ng COVID, ilan na ba ang may COVID, ano na ba ang status, ilan ang gumaling, fatality rate. So nag-create po kami ng COVID-19 Virtual Command Center. So araw-araw po ito po ay ina-update at nalalaman po dito kung ilan na ang may COVID, ilan ang nagkaroon ngayon, ilan ang gumaling, yung mga locations, kita po namin and the recovery rate. And after that, nito pong September 2021, just recently, we adopted the DVAS, yung pong DICT Vaccination Administration System. And we were the first po na nag-implement ng DVAS 3.0. Dito po in-implement yan sa Carmona dahil marami po kaming naibigay na inputs sa kanila para po mas mapaganda at mas ma-upgrade pa yung systems po ng DVAS. Actually, yun pong developers ng DVAS ay sila po mismo pumunta dito para makipag-coordinate at itanong mismo sa amin ano ba ang mga dapat na updates. At ito naman po ay naging successful. That's why 3.0 na po ang ginagamit ngayon. And because of that, with the help of the ICT also and Director Mel Dean, ay nabigyan po kami ng 6 na tablets. Yan po ay ginagamit namin ngayon sa aming vaccination center. Sa tawag po namin is the Carmona Community Center. Aside from the 20 computers po na ginagamit po namin doon. At mas lalo pong naging mabilis at mas marami pong nabakunahan. Kasi po lagi po na binabanggit during the virtual meeting with EVs and the DICT is i-develop natin tong system na to. Gusto nating mapaganda to help our health sectors, yung pong vaccinators and yung yung sa health sector nga po natin, na yung reports ay hindi na sila umubos doon ng malaking oras. Dati po kasi parang pagdadating ng hapon, 1 oras po ang inuubos nila para lang makagawa, ma-consolidate ang reports at mai-upload yon sa fast line list and sa BIMS, sa VIMS. So nung pong na-develop na nila yung DFAS 3.0, wala na pong consolidation na ginagawa kasi right there and then, yun pong reports ay actually ay punta na po yon sa RBOC and sa DICT, sa DOH, automatic po, meron na po doon. So ang nangyari po ngayon sa vaccination site po namin, kahit hanggang alas 8 ng gabi, bakuna po sila. So ang nangyayari po, minsan umaabot kami ng, dati po parang 900 lang, 1,000. Ngayon po, umaabot na ng 2,000 per day po ang nababakunahan. And to date, when we use the DFAS, nakapagbakuna na po sa Carmona ng 69,164 na individuals. Ang total po overall is 78,019. Kung titingnan nyo po, mas naparami po namin yung nabakunahan compared po nung hindi namin ginagamit ang DFAS. And just recently, October 21, 2021, we launched the Backcert naman po dito sa Carmona. So ito po yung naging launching, yung nasa taas sa right, kasama po namin si Mayor, Vice Mayor at ang aming Municipal Health Officer and also representative from DICT, si Sir Melan. So nandiyan din po siya. Naggawa po kami ng dalawang booth po doon and nilagyan po ng dalawang computers with printers as required by the DICT and the DILG. So up to now, meron po kaming na-process na 1,856 na Backcert. So ganun po karami, daily po ngayon, 50 per day po ang ginagawa sa backlog, 50 per day din po yung mga pumupunta po dito. So ganun pong karami ang nabibigyan po namin ng Backcert with the use of this system po na galing din po sa DICT. So with that po, maraming salamat po sa DICT for continuously helping the local government units. And talaga naman po yung mga dinedevelop nyo po ngayon ay talagang worthily nagagamit po ng mga LGUs. Maraming pong salamat.
Okay, thank you so much, Sir Angel. Ang ganda ng shinare niya, from 1,000 per day to 2,000 per day with the use of DFAS, ano? And si Sir Angel and his team are really very innovative. He shared about what they did. They were the first who started an app with digital contact tracer in the country. And also with their keen partnership with the ICT, they were able to give suggestions that led to the development of DFAS 3.0. This shows us that partnership and linkages helps us to be more resilient at this time of pandemic and move forward for a better Philippines. So thank you so much, Sir Angel, for sharing about that. So the others might want to share something also about their innovations, like what Carmona did. So we will give you time later. Just let us know po kung sino yung gusto mag-share later. Ano po? Kasi ito na rin yung pagkakataon nyo sakali to share your innovations that might help the ICT also to improve their systems or the apps that they are producing. And baka rin may mga challenges kayo that the ICT can help. So kailangan natin talaga ngayon partnership, tulong-tulong. Okay? So let's move on to our next speaker, please.
Our panelist has been in public service for over 30 years. She's a licensed civil engineer with a master's degree in public administration from the University of the Philippines. She is a loving mother of 5 children. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to the OIC Director 4 of the Regional Operations Coordination Service of DICT, Engineer Amelia S. Dean.
Hello po. Good afternoon. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Thanks for having me. Again, this is Melvin, ang inyong lingkod po from the ICT. Right now po, I am leading also the vaccination systems rollout na dinidevelop ni the ICT nationwide. I'm so honored to be part of the KEC, and I'm attending from the comfort of my home. Isa ito sa new normal, no, that we are currently experiencing. Right now, work from home, di ba? Dami-daming meetings. But we actually contribute, no, to the undertakings of the government to mitigate the spread of the virus. No, wag lalabas, actively participate, and contribute to the country's fight against COVID by following existing health protocols. And most importantly po, get vaccinated. O yan, nag-ano po ako, nagpo-promote po ako kasi lalo na sa, kailan ba to? Sa November 29 to December 1, meron po tayong tinatawag National Vaccination Day. So, bakuna po tayo so that we can heal as one. Yan. Allow me din po to congratulate the SECNET, UPOU, and the ICT na rin, no? And all those who helped organize and contributed to the success of KEC16. No? Kahit maaga pa, alam ko, successful na po tayo. Congratulations! Ngayon pa lang. Sorry, wala akong mapaglagyan po ng saya that despite the pandemic, nandito pa rin tayo. Willing to learn, committed to serve. And I'm so delighted to see all of you again. It's been almost 2 years na nga ba? Hopefully, yung KEC17 natin, face-to-face na ulit. And of course, magandang hapon po ulit sa mga co-panelists ko, no? Si Sir Angel, si Mayor Jello. Salamat po sa appreciation at suporta. Ang sarap naman pakinggan ng mga sinabi niyo po, no? So, tama po, no one should be left behind. The fight is a whole of society, whole of nation approach. Tulong-tulong po tayo to fight COVID. Nasa bahay ka man, nasa opisina, o nasan ka man, you can contribute, no, as much as you can, as much as you are able. Yung systems po namin sa DICT, yung DIVAS, yung VIMS, yung VORS, dami namin, yung VaxCert, I offered to all LGUs throughout the country para makatulong po talaga, para mapabilis po natin na mabakunahan po yung lahat ng ating mga citizens. Lalo na po ngayon, malapit na yung Pasko, and we wish to be able to celebrate Christmas at least this year with our families para hindi naman online lang, no? So we can hug each other now without the mask. Sana ma-achieve po natin yon at tulong-tulong po natin yung gagawin. With that po, really wish sana lahat ng LGUs talaga are as supportive as Carmona and Sampaloc, Quezon. But right now, we really have a lot na po of LGUs adapting the DIVAS and are joining the caravan in the national program for COVID-19 po. Yun. So, sa lahat po ng ating audience, magandang hapon po. Thanks for staying with us. Ayan, back to you, Miss Bal. Miss na kita, Miss Bal.
Yeah, thank you, Ma'am Mel. Talaga si Ma'am Mel, we know how the ICT are trying to evolve with solutions to fast-track vaccination, recording of VaxCert, for us to fully open the economy and be able to open school as well. And kagaya ng sabi mo, Direct Mel, no, para makapag-Christmas party na tayo, magkita-kita na tayo, namimiss mo na ako, namimiss ko na rin kayong lahat. Okay, so let's continue now by sharing our experiences or issues and concerns. So anyone from the audience or participants wants to share, please type in at the chat box or in the comment sections below, and let's start the ball rolling. So let me see. Meron na pong first question. Yan. First question is for Sir Angel. Sabi dito, Sir Angel, how do you make sure that the data of the users of the contact tracing apps are secured and not compromised?
Maraming salamat po for that wonderful question po. Kala mo contest na lang.
Miss Universe.
Oo, nabis ko yung mga ganyan ni Angel eh.
Ano po, yan ay naging tanong din sa amin at naging challenge din po namin yan during the implementation of the digital contact tracer. No po. Ang dahil po nag-oppose. But of course, we seek the opinion of the National Privacy Commission, and they told us to create a privacy policy statement. No po. So gumawa po kami ng privacy policy statement. After that, nag-consult po ako sa aming legal officer who happens to be our data protection officer. And also nag-consult din po ako sa isang kaibigan na lawyer about data privacy. So siya po yung nag-construct ng privacy policy statement. And nung pinresent ko na po yon sa National Privacy Commission, kulang. No po. Nag-create po kami, pinagawa po kami ng National Privacy Commission ng Privacy Impact Assessment. So yun po. Ginawa po namin yon, medyo mas mahirap kaysa sa actual na paggawa ng program, pero kasama po yon sa development. No? So gumawa po kami ng Privacy Impact Assessment and nag-schedule po ang National Privacy Commission ng 1 day. Present ko po sa kanila yung Privacy Policy Statement and also the Privacy Impact Assessment. And nakita naman po nila na with policy, theoretically speaking, ay magiging secure yung kanilang data, yung data ng mga magre-register po, no po. Kasi from creation up to destruction po ng data ay clearly stipulated po doon. The data subjects, clear naman po sa kanila kung ano ang pupuntahan ng kanilang data. And we, as the data processors, malinaw naman po, nilinaw namin sa Privacy Impact Assessment kung ano ang aming gagawin and sa privacy policy, kung ano ang aming gagawin po doon sa data. And ano lang po yung hinihingi namin. Nagkaroon po ng some minor adjustments during the initial development. Ilagay po namin doon is birth date and also the exact address. But marami po nag-oppose. So ginawa na lang po namin is the age, pati po yung barangay. So yun po yung mga adjustments na ginawa namin, and umayo naman po doon ang National Privacy Commission. And technically speaking, when it comes to hacking naman, so ang ginawa po namin, of course, the initial repository ay naka-SSL naman po. Sa technical side naman po, yung aming hosting, may secure sockets layer. Tapos yung password po namin is 256 bits na encrypted po yun. So secured naman po siya, and daily, ang binanggit naman po sa amin nung isa pang cybersecurity expert is daily i-monitor nyo kung sino-sino yung nagre-register. Kasi baka may nakakapag-register na iba, tingnan nyo initially yung pangalan. So ganun po. And Carmona basically is a very small town, progressive town. So ibig sabihin po, halos kilala ko lahat ng tao po dito. Pag naman po hindi ko kilala, tinatanong ko po yon sa mga pabrika kung talaga bang gumagalaw dito sa Carmona yung mga nakaregister na yon. And we have our community-based monitoring system, naka-ano po yun doon, parang nakabangga, naka-align. So nalalaman po namin kung yung bang nagre-register ay gumagalaw talaga sa Carmona. Marami pong nag-oppose initially, pero ang ginawa po namin, nagkaroon po kami ng focused group discussions sa mga HOA, sa homeowners associations, sa maliliit na grupo. Pinaliwanag ko po sa kanila ano ang gamit ng digital contact tracer. Marami po kaming case scenario, pero kung i-discuss ko dito, medyo baka magtagal po tayo dito. No? So, yun po.
Sir Angel, may follow-up question. Kasi this question is not addressed to anyone, pero I think magandang follow-up to sa'yo. Kasi sabi niya, curious lang daw po, how do different contact tracing apps work? Are the data linked with each other? Kasi di ba, you have your own contact tracing app, then we have the Stay Safe. Nakalink ba yung data ng dalawa?
Nung pong una, halos sabay po kami ng Stay Safe. And nung inalam ko po kung yung developers ng Stay Safe, it happens to be my friends also, no, from the same Flock no po, mga developers din po, yung multisys, kaibigan ko rin po kasi yung mga developers doon. So tinanong ko po sila, ano ba ang magandang gawin? Sabi nila, pwede naman tayo magkaroon ng API, i-connect natin. So ganun po. Pero hindi po siya nag-materialize. Pero until now, hindi po namin, ano ba tawag dito, hindi namin pinigil ang establishments sa paggamit ng Stay Safe, of course. Pero nung tinanong ko po si Mayor, kasi po, if you will be using Carmona Digital Contact Tracer and you are working here and roaming around here in Carmona, kapag may nagkaroon dito ng COVID, may access po yung aming digital contact tracers doon. Pag-enter pa lang ng pangalan or cellphone number, automatic kita niya po agad saan or sino yung mga naging close contacts niya. Ang Carmona Digital Contact Tracer po ang naging handy para sa amin. Pero sa cellphone ko po, may dalawa po ako, Stay Safe and Carmona Digital Contact Tracer.
Okay. Sige, thank you so much, Sir Angel. Next question po is for Mayor Jello. So maybe call on his representative. His representative is Mr. Adrian Handusay, the Planning Officer 2 of Sampaloc, Quezon, also the IT Designate and the Center Manager of Sampaloc, Quezon. So the question here for Mayor Jello is, what are the challenges that your municipality experienced in using DVAS and how did you resolve them?
Okay po so magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Bilang P-plus municipality po, so madami po kaming naging challenges po nung mag-start po kami ng DVAS. So unang-una nga po dito is yung syempre yung gamit po. So kailangan po kasi is gagamit tayo ng computer or laptops. And bilang P-plus municipality po, hindi po namin kayang ibigay agad yung ganong mga gamit. So meron naman po kasing Tech4ED po dito. So napakalaking tulong po ng Tech4ED. Yung pong mga gamit doon is ginamit po muna namin sa vaccination. And yung manpower din po, so wala din po kaming agad-agad na may ibigay na manpower. So yung mga ano din po sa Tech4ED, so sila na din po yung mga tumao sa vaccination. And sa tulong po ng aming municipal human resource po, by department po, nagbigay po ng mga employee po na uupo po sa DVAS. Yun po.
Thank you, Sir Adrian. Alam niyo po, yung Sampaloc, Quezon kasi is kapitbahay namin. Maliit na bayan lang po sila. Kaya naiintindihan ko si Sir Adrian na sinasabi niyang nanghiram sila ng empleyado sa iba't ibang offices. So siguro this question naman is for Ma'am Mel. Ma'am Mel, kasi kanina si Mayor Jello, he encouraged the other municipalities na hindi pa daw gumamit ng DVAS to use DVAS na kasi he thinks it's really very effective in terms of recording the vaccination, na parang hindi ka mag-aalangan magpa-vaccine sa isang probinsya kasi just like in Manila, recorded talaga siya digitally. So for those who are not yet using DVAS, how can they use or how can they apply for the DVAS program?
Actually, madaling-madali lang to apply for DVAS program. You just connect with our regional offices and they will provide you with the toolkit. The toolkit contains yung mga letter of intent, and then pag nakita na namin dito sa central office po yung ating letter of intent, meron nang ko-contact sa inyo and help you all throughout the journey para makuha nyo na po yung system. And I really admire yung ginawa po nila Sampaloc, Quezon, nila Sir Mayor Jello na tinap nila yung Tech4ED Centers. We are actually recommending this to most of our LGUs who are saying na naku, paano namin adapt yan, gusto namin yan, pero we don't have the gadgets or we don't have the equipment to do it. So we are recommending na tap nyo po yung inyong mga Tech4ED Centers kasi ngayon, di ba, wala naman tayo masyadong mga estudyanteng lumalabas. So all the computers there can be used dun sa vaccination site. I-ano muna natin siya, parang i-repurpose muna natin yung ating mga devices para magamit po natin yung system. And totoo po yun, no, na maganda kasi yung Divas, lalo ngayong version, yung the latest version, may mga controls na po kasi siya na hindi ka na magkakamali doon sa ini-encode mo. Unlike yung, of course, the unang version, no, syempre may mga learning curve pa even doon sa development with that of the ICT. Ngayon po, should I say, almost perfect na namin yung sistema wherein hindi maisa-submit ni LGU yung kanyang line list. Line list po tawag namin doon sa list ng mga nabakunahan na. So yung hindi mo maisubmit yung line list mo doon sa aming database kung hindi tama ang mga entry mo, kung hindi tama ang pagkakalagay mo. Yun. And also, of course, we also would like to encourage our LGUs na bago mo, kunyari, di ba parang kukuha lang ng passport, bago mo po paalisin ang vaccine, ipakita mo sa kanya kung posible yun. Yun yung ina-advise namin ngayon para wala talagang error. Ipakita mo sa kanya yung itinipe mo na data niya, especially yung birthday niya, pangalan niya, yung middle initial, yan po lagi tayong mga nagkakamali at minsan nababaliktad sa encoding. Para po pag hihingi siya at kailangan niya ng vax cert, wala na po tayong magiging problema.
Yan. Thank you so much, Ma'am Mel. Actually, ako kakakuha ko lang ng ng vax cert ko. Yan.
Oy, congratulations!
Kasi,
ibig sabihin, magaling yung mo, LGU mo kasi tama.
Ganun. Actually, at na-appreciate ko yung sinabi ni Director Mel, no, na dapat tama lahat ng informations na nakalagay. Kasi at first, nung kumukuha ako, hindi siya na-generate dahil merong wrong entry. Parang may nagbaliktad na numbers doon sa, hindi ko alam kung saan yun, basta sinabi sa akin na gano'n. So, yon sabi ni Director Mel, if your LGU wants to use the device, and I think it's really good, no, para mas mabilis yung production ng vax cert, lalo na ngayon na kailangan na ang vax cert kapag ikaw ay babiyahe at pupunta sa ibang lugar, no, kailangan talaga yan. At may mga establishment din na hindi nagpapakain kapag wala kang vaccination card. Baka dumating kasi yung time hindi natanggapin yung karton na binibigay ng LGU, no? Kailangan na vax cert na kasi digital tayo, ganyan. So anyway, thank you for sharing about that. So letter of intent to the director of the ICT to get the DVAS program, tama, ma'am, no? Tapos they will provide you with training. And then for the technology that you needed, you can make use of the technology that you have from your centers muna. And also the manpower, tama yun. Kami rin po sa Mauban, pinapagamit rin namin yung ilan naming computers for the DVAS and for the vax cert. And also yung manpower namin, parang 6 sa aming mga staff ay nasa DVAS, nasa vaccination. Lalo na ngayong darating na November 29, 30, and 1. Kasi parang katulad ng sabi ni Sir Angel, kung 1,000 yung target mo, kailangan gawin mong 2,000 para magkaroon na ng herd immunity ang Pilipinas. Ano po? So, baka po may iba pang questions from the other participants. With this, Sir Richard, wala na yata po. Thank you very much po sa ating po mga resource speakers.
Thank you.
What a remarkable session. Thank you all to our panelists and especially to our moderator. So please accept these certificates.
These certificates of appreciation are awarded to our resource persons and moderator in recognition of their participation on insights from various eCenter stakeholders, live streamed on November 26, 2021 via YouTube and Facebook, given this 26th day of November 2021. Thank you to our speakers, Honorable Noel Angelo T. de Vanadera, Angelo G. Macha, Engineer Amelia S. Dean. And thank you to our moderator, Conchita Marta B. Mirabueno.
So we will be pausing for a break, and when we return, I will be making an announcement about PhilSecNet's Most Outstanding eCenter Award. But before you go, I'm just going to share you a little bit of something that you may want to work out during the break. Try to see how I do with my hands, and then see if you can figure this out during the break. Then face your hands outward, and then join them together. And then make sure that you're stretched out, where you can feel some strain over here in your muscles. And then see how I did it. So if you can do that over the break, that will be a good job for you. So see you in a bit.
The agriculture, aquatic, and natural resources, or AANR sector, are foreseen as major growth drivers to boost the Philippine economy. That is why funding for research and development in the AANR sector has steadily increased, paving the way to generate more inventions and innovations to boost productivity in the country's agri-aqua enterprises and industries. Unfortunately, these new technologies have not been fully transferred, utilized, and commercialized by their intended users. Filipinos, particularly farmers, fisher folks, and potential investors are largely unaware of these breakthroughs that could result to sustainable and inclusive development in the country. Strengthening partnership with the private sector, as well as intellectual property protection and better coordination among concerned and allied agencies, are also considered as important factors in achieving exponential growth in the AANR sector. With this, the Department of Science and Technology, through the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development, established the DOSTP Card Innovation and Technology Center, or DPITC. DPITC serves as a platform for technology transfer and commercialization. It is a one-stop-shop convergence hub for investors and technology users in the AANR sector in the Philippines. Strategically located in the Los Baños Special Science and Nature City in Laguna, DPITC serves as a link for different stakeholders from the academe, private sector, NGOs, and international partner institutions to strengthen and forge new public-private partnerships for technology commercialization. DPITC's main thrust is to enhance the transfer and commercialization of AANR technologies. It has 4 service hubs. The Technology Business and Partnership Hub provides networking, strategic partnership, and technology business services. The Knowledge Management Hub houses the Internet Cafe and digital library services. The Science and Technology Promotion Hub showcases the technologies and innovations generated by R&D projects in the AANR sector. The Innovation Services Hub serves as a venue for capacity building initiatives, trainings, meetings, and conferences. With its state-of-the-art facilities and capable experts pool, DPITC takes the lead in ensuring that Picard's technology portfolio will be properly evaluated, protected, and made available, thus enhancing the livelihood and business opportunities in the AANR sector for a more competitive, sustainable, and inclusive Philippine economy. Here at DPITC, we determine and assess the commercial potential of technologies for the AANR sector. We protect intellectual properties of R&D technologies. We increase client awareness through our knowledge management system, e-library, and strategic communication. We transfer technologies from market study to business plan, to valuation and market matching, even providing transfer incentives. DPITC will be of assistance and support to various stakeholders in the AANR sector. And we capacitate stakeholders by conducting training and strengthening partnerships with different institutions, both in the public and private sectors, as well as international organizations. This is what we do in DPITC. We develop, we protect, we inform, we transfer, we facilitate commercialization. DPITC, bridging inventions to innovations.
Welcome to Manila 2121, where skyscrapers are 3D printed by drones. We have air jeepneys, jetpacks, hypertrains, and automated hover cars. And our car travels 5,000 kilometers per hour.
I want our car pink with stickers. I want a donut. A flying donut.
Okay, so our donut, our car, lands on our sky parking. My avatar is a super soldier.
I'm a magical unicorn. I'm a donut.
Kids. Our home can transform. It's all beautiful.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Can it be pink too? With stickers? I want a donut. Here, over there.
They can build a better tomorrow with our fastest fiber yet. Now up to 10,000 Mbps. The future. It's in our fiber.
When the only notion constant is change, when information is obtainable with a single click of the mouse or a tap of a screen, humans seem to be at the center of it all, making them in sync with the changes, in constant motion. This is not limited to those living in cities whose hands seldom part with their gadgets. In rural areas, the innovations and discoveries in technologies are used to ease lives and bridge gaps in knowledge, skills, and practices. With the new knowledge and information being created, reproduced, and shared at a rapid pace, people constantly need to retool themselves to keep up with continuously changing work requirements. In today's digital age, people need to learn how to learn and learn anywhere and anytime. The University of the Philippines Open University, the fifth constituent unit of the University of the Philippines system, provides opportunities for people to pursue further studies through open and distance e-learning. In February 23, 1995, the University of the Philippines Open University was established. It is mandated to provide Filipinos all over the world wider access to quality higher education through open and distance e-learning, or ODEL. UPOU now offers various degree programs to learners located in more than 70 countries all over the world. These programs are under the Faculty of Education, the Faculty of Information and Communication Studies, and the Faculty of Management and Development Studies. UPOU also offers continuing education courses and massive open and distance e-learning courses. UPOU uses various information and communication technologies, computer programs and applications to deliver instructional content and connect teachers and learners all over the world. Now more than ever, UPOU continues to transcend borders and break barriers through constant generation of knowledge and open exchange of ideas. It persistently tries new mechanisms to reach a larger number of learners. It perseveres in mentoring learners who shall be change agents, equipped to participate in the co-creation of knowledge for the benefit of Filipino communities everywhere. True to its mission, UPOU shall continue to reinvent itself to provide 21st century education in an increasingly open world.
The 16th Knowledge Exchange Conference is brought to you by the Philippine Community eCenter Network Incorporated, or PhilSec Net, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development of the DOST, University of the Philippines, Open University, PLDT, Working from Home, Discovering from Home, Quezon Power Limited, and San Buenaventura Power Limited. Special thanks to our partners and donors.
Nakamute ka, sir.
Thank you, Sir Angel. Right. So again, it's really good to see you again, and we are now approaching the last segments of our 2 half-day conference. At the end of the program, remember to answer our conference evaluation and get at least 7 correct answers on the quiz to get a certificate of participation. In the event that you could not access the conference evaluation, it would likely be due to the high volume of traffic. But just try again at a later time. You have until November 29, 2021 to submit your evaluation, and that's Monday, 12 noon. So one of the highlights of the KEC16 is the PhilSecNet's Most Outstanding eCenter Award. And can we have that on screen? This award consists of 3 categories: Picard category, PLDT category, and QPL category. The details of the said awards will be published in our website, www.philsecnet.org. Again, www.philsecnet.org. Awards will be conferred on the next KEC. All right, to formally close this conference, may we call on our PhilSecNet president for the closing speech.
To end our convention with a bang is a full professor at the University of the Philippines, Open University, and also currently serves as its chancellor. She is also an ambassador for Open Educational Resources of the International Council for Open and Distance Education, member of the ICDE OER Advocacy Committee, chair of the Working Group on Inclusive Equitable Quality OER of the UNESCO OER Dynamic Coalition, member of the Asia-Europe Foundation, expert group on lifelong and flexible learning pathways, and chair of the Asian MOOC Steering Committee. She served as the president of the Asian Association of Open Universities for the term 2017 to 2019 and continues to be a member of the AAOU Executive Committee. She has been involved in developing course materials and teaching open online courses, doing research on open and distance e-learning, and in implementing ICT 4D projects for more than 25 years now. She spearheaded the development and implementation of massive open online courses in her university. Her current involvement includes implementing a universal access to learning framework in the open distance e-learning mode of instructional delivery and quality assurance in open distance e-learning. Her contributions and accomplishments in the field of open and distance e-learning and open and flexible distance learning was recently recognized when she was conferred with the 2021 Meritorious Service Award by the Asian Association of Open Universities and the 2021 Individual Prize of Excellence by the ICDE. She will also serve as member of the ICDE board for the term 2022 to 2024. Let's give a round of applause to UP Open University Chancellor PhilSecNet President, Dr. Melinda D.P. Bandalaria.
We have just concluded the 16th Knowledge Exchange Conference with the theme, Harnessing the Potential of the Digital Economy Amidst the Pandemic and Beyond, which still had to be done virtually since the restrictions on mobility and mass gatherings are still in force to protect us from the COVID-19 virus. As indicated in the talks delivered by the invited speakers, the digitization and digitalization of the various processes that are essential enabled us to still have that semblance of normalcy in our daily lives and face the challenges brought about by the pandemic. We have witnessed how the pandemic hastened the digital transformation of our country's economy, even if some of the sectors were not yet ready. The digital tools and platforms bridged the geographical and physical gaps and distances. Many were forced to embrace this pandemic normal. Many were not able to adapt to the drastic changes, but there were those who were able to see some opportunities which pushed the digital economy forward. We can also say that while the gig economy had already been on the rise even before the pandemic, we have also witnessed it taking the center stage in the pandemic context, as the jobs associated with it are more agile and flexible to the changing dynamics of the economic environment. Moving forward to the next normal, we can probably say that we have achieved that level of digitization and digitalization in the country's economy that will enable us to move forward in this mode instead of going back to the pre-pandemic model. We have become more attuned to this environment, like doing various online transactions, even the flexibility of working from home, that definitely there will be those of us in the working sector who may opt to continue in the online mode, continue making it as our default even beyond the pandemic. The next normal presents more opportunities for our eCenters to assume a different model and configuration that will align themselves not only to the post-pandemic needs of their respective communities, but also to further push the digitization and digitalization of the various economic processes within their area of operation. Given that there are still many areas and sectors that are still digitally challenged, the eCenters can be the inclusion intervention and seek or develop its own model of relevance, considering the context of the community where it is operating. For the KECs in the next normal, it is highly possible, and we are really hoping that this is the direction that our country is now taking. There will be lesser restrictions on mobility and mass gatherings. And at the very least, we will be able to conduct a hybrid conference next year, with some of the participants attending the conference on site and others who will still not be able to travel, participating virtually. More than any other sector, it's the ICT4ED advocates and practitioners comprising the attendees of our KECs who should be able to implement a hybrid conference. This is more inclusive as the mechanism for participation is more flexible and for virtual participation, more affordable. The insights drawn from this year's KEC, which definitely is an improvement from that of last year's, will enable us to adopt another model and continue improving the conference experience of the members of our community. The success has been made possible through the hard work of the KEC Conference Committee and the PhilSecNet Board, which, as we know, has now provided more space for the participation of the eCenter managers and knowledge workers. As always, the invited speakers with additional insights when it comes to harnessing the affordances of modern ICTs and which can trigger some ideas to steer the direction that the different eCenters can possibly take in the post-pandemic normal. We highly appreciate your sharing of your time and expertise. To the conference partners who did not abandon us, even with a shift in the conference mode, and also enabled us to develop this new model of conference partnership, thank you also for making the KECs viable and sustainable. Thank you for still being part of our community. And to the conference participants who continue the tradition of sharing, which is the true essence of our KECs. Thank you for making the tradition live on. By adapting to the conference and even the unconference modes of the pandemic normal, we can say that we beat the pandemic on this or in this context. For sure, the KEC 2022 will be a better one, a more inclusive version. Let's all look forward to that. Meanwhile, let us continue connecting and collaborating virtually, something that is already integral to our DNA. And more importantly, let us continue to stay safe. Again, thank you very much. Magandang araw sa ating lahat.
Thank you, Dr. Bandalaria, for that wonderful closing speech. I myself am looking forward also to the hybrid KEC17. And now, let us end the day with some fun in our hearts and call on Dr. Mary Ann A. Cortado, one of PhilSecNet's board member, to facilitate our final raffle draw.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's now go to our raffle draw for the second day of our conference. For those who did not make it yesterday, you still have a chance to win. Please stay tuned as we are going to draw our lucky winners. You might be one of the winners for today. But before we are going to have our raffle draw proper, let me read to you the mechanics. First, all registered participants until 12 noon today are entitled to win the raffle. Second, they have to be present during the event, particularly during raffle draw. Third, for this draw, there are 8 winners of 300 pesos each. Fourth, winners are drawn using an electronic raffle application, and that is the Wheel of Names. So I'm going to show to you the electronic raffle application. This is it. Then, announced winners will have only 10 minutes to send an email and claim their prize through secretariat@philsecnet.org with the following details: name, office address, preferred account with details for fund transfer. Okay? So let's now start with our draw. So the first winner of today, congratulations to, I'm so excited. First winner is, congratulations, Early C. Ilaw. Next winner is no other than Jake Lester A. Hamisola. Congratulations to you. Third winner is Relna J. Balili. Fourth winner Victorio D. Lagak Jr. Fifth winner is Virgie A. Flores. Our sixth winner is Eva A. Labostro. Seventh winner is Andrew S. Rojas. And then the last is no other than, okay, congratulations, Manuel A. Oy. Congratulations to our winners. So here are the result. Our 8 winners for today are the following: Early C. Ilaw, Jake Lester A. Hamisola, Relna J. Balili, Victorio D. Lagak Jr., Virgie A. Flores, Eva A. Labostro, Andrew Is Rojas, and Manuel A. Oy. So all our winners have only 10 minutes to send an email and claim their prize through secretariat@philsecnet.org with the following details: name, office address, preferred account with details for fund transfer. Thank you and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you, Doc Ann, and congratulations to all the raffle winners. So, ladies and gentlemen, that ends our 16th Knowledge Exchange Conference with the theme Harnessing the Potential of the Digital Economy Amidst the Pandemic and Beyond. So stay safe, everyone, and see you all on KEC17. Goodbye.
The 16th Knowledge Exchange Conference is brought to you by the Philippine Community eCenter Network Incorporated, or PhilSec-Net, the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development of the DOST, University of the Philippines, Open University, PLDT, Working from Home, Discovering from Home, Quezon Power Limited, and San Buenaventura Power Limited. Special thanks to our partners and donors.